What you're looking at here is the Intelli-Fold DE-112AF paper folding machine from Intelli-Zone. This is what's known as a friction feed paper folding machine because, as you can see up here, there are actually friction rollers that pull the paper in through the machine. Now, just be aware that the friction rollers don't always work well with slick, glossy, or coated paper. So if you are going to be using those, we recommend that you send those in ahead of time just to be tested out. If it's just standard cardstock or standard paper with a regular finish on it, this will work just fine. Now, out of the box, this machine comes with this plate here in the downward position. It comes with two folding plates. You have your top folding plate number 1, which is the longer one, and your bottom folding plate number 2, which is the shorter one. And these folding plates are actually what are set to determine the type of fold that you're going to create. So assembling this machine is really easy out of the box. Everything comes assembled. All you really need to do is insert the paper folding plates. This is a very nice paper folding machine because it actually has some indicator lights on here that will alert you to issues with the machine. One thing that we found as far as paper folding machines go is a lot of times customers will not seat the folding plates into the machine all the way. That can result in a jam or poorly folded paper. So this light here will actually let you know when the cover's open. The red light will come on. If the feeder's empty, it will come on. If the tray 1 is not properly seated, the light will be on, and if tray 2 is not properly seated, it will come on. So let me insert the folding plates right now. So I'm going to insert the top paper folding plate, and once it's in here correctly, you'll actually see that light go off. Now I'm going to insert tray number 2. There's a notch way back here. There's a notch right here. Again, it corresponds with the notch here on the plate and the notch here on the plate. Is push that in, make sure that those notches line up, and you'll see that that light goes off as well. Now, tray number 1 does require a little bit of force to get that pushed in there and set in place. Tray number 2 drops in very easily. Now, the fold that you want to create is based on the 2 folding plates. Now, the feed tray here actually has a guide on it that will let you know where the various folding plates need to be set. It has instructions on here for 8.5 by 14, 8.5 by 11, 6 by 9. Now, it does have instructions here for 11 by 17. This particular machine is not designed to work with 11 by 17. It's actually the same sticker they use for the DE-112AF, which is basically this exact same machine, just slightly wider, designed for 11 by 17 paper as well. To adjust the folding plates, all you have to do is just loosen these 2 dials, and this actually slides back and forth. And this is what the paper actually strikes as it goes through the machine. So the paper comes in, bounces off this, and it is then deflected back into the machine where it hits a couple of wide silicone rollers that fold the paper. It then hits the second folding plate, is bounced back into the machine again for the second fold. It's actually a really simple process. In this case, this machine is extremely accurate, very easy to set up. It is made out of durable metal components, an ABS plastic outer shell. In this case, we're going to be creating a letter fold. So for a letter fold, I need it on a 5, and on the second plate, I need it on the letter E. So the top plate, which is plate number 1 here, has the numbers. The second plate, which is plate number 2, has the letters. Once the plates are set, this is spring loaded, so you actually don't have to fan the paper at all, which is really nice. You just drop the paper in. You'll notice that all the lights are off now. It's now detecting that there is paper in the feed tray, and we're good to go. Now, there's an adjustable speed dial here, which will let you go from very, very slow all the way up to full speed. There's a start button here and a stop button here. Now, before any electricity gets to the machine, you do have to have the main power switch pressed in. So I'm going to hit the start button. I've got it set pretty slow. I like to do that initially just to make sure that everything is folding correctly. If everything's looking good, you can turn the speed up. Now, on the back side of the machine here, this is a really nice feature of this machine, is it actually has a powered exit conveyor. So there are actually a couple of bands coming down that help slow the paper down and stack it and organize it neatly as it leaves the machine. There are also some stacker wheels in here, and that can be adjusted depending on whether or not you're doing smaller paper, longer paper, and it even gives you the ability to disable it altogether if you don't want the stacker wheel. So let me hit the start button. I'll start folding some paper. Very fast, relatively quiet for what it does. If you need to stop it, just hit the stop button. And as you can see, it's coming out of the machine very nice, neat and organized, versus a machine that does not have an exit conveyor. The paper is very jumbled, very disassembled. In this case, it's all pretty well organized. And this is what's known as a letter fold again. Now I'd like to set this machine up for an accordion fold, which is oftentimes called a Z-fold. So I'm going to look on the tray here on the 8.5 by 11, and for the Z-fold I need to have it set at a 14 and an E. So right here I'm going to take this from the 5 position that it's at right now. I'm going to set that back to a 14, and if for any reason the skew is off or it's not quite folding correctly, usually you just have to move this a little bit forward or backwards till you get the fold just right. But this is set very well. I've never really had much of an issue setting this and having the folds come out correctly. So the next tray needs to be set at an E, which it is set at right now. I'm going to put a little bit more paper in here so you can see what the accordion fold looks like. And again, you just press this down, drop your paper in. Now these sides will loosen and the guides can widen or be brought in. I recommend trying to keep these friction wheels here centered on the middle of the paper as much as possible, just so it can pull the paper in nice and even. So I'll stop that just so you can see what this looks like. Again, we're doing what's known as a Z-fold. It's called a Z-fold because it kind of resembles the letter Z. So I'm going to remove the paper. Just run that last sheet through. And as far as paper folding machines go, the quality on this thing is exceptional. I've used machines from many different brands. I've been handling paper folding machines for over a decade, and the Intelli-Fold line is by far one of the best I've used. Again, you just have the 2 paper folding plates. That's probably the most complicated part of setting this machine up, which really takes just seconds once you understand the setup diagram and exactly how the folding plates are set. Again, 3 friction rollers does a very good job of evenly pulling that paper in. Detect sensors that let you know if there are any issues with the trays, an adjustable speed dial, start-stop button, power button. This essentially has everything you need in an automatic feed paper folding machine. Really the only difference between this and say an automated machine is the automated machines adjust the folding plates for you. In this case you have to manually adjust them. In my opinion, not a big deal. And the price is really, really nice on this machine. And the support on this is excellent. Parts are readily available. It's very easy to maintain, and I highly recommend it for really any office, church, or school.